Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? I hope and pray that everybody is doing good. But as always, I got to tell you, if you're not doing good, I'm praying that you feel 100 like you should. If not 100, I hope you feel better. You are in my prayer. And you already know, my A1s from day ones. Thank you for continuing to support my channel. If it weren't for y'all hanging on in there with me, my numbers wouldn't be where they are today. So I thank you all. I thank you all for supporting my beginning channel. For you who recently subscribed, thank you so much. Thank you. And for you all who just not watching, if you like my channel, hit subscribe. I appreciate you all because truth be told, if it weren't for you all, it wouldn't be no Kathy Brown Tan. So I appreciate you all very much. We as women, sometimes we just be home. Sometimes we just want to glam up a little bit. Just glam up a little bit. It don't take much. A little lipstick, a little eyeliner, threw on this hat, put on some earrings, and glammed it up a little bit. It took only 3 minutes, if that. Hat, dress, earrings, eyeliner, bam, lipstick. And what I did it for, it wasn't no reason. But if somebody really want to ask, what you did all that for? You want to know why? I feel good. Oh, baby, I feel good all over. So pretty much that's probably why I got it on. But with that being said, y'all, I had something I really want to talk about. Some things that you guys probably did not know. I know I told you guys a lot of stuff about me the other day, but this some stuff y'all probably didn't know. One of the most terrifying things and one of the most happy time in my life is when I got that promotion to be a housekeeping supervisor at a nice size assisted living. I was so thankful. I was so grateful, y'all. I'm telling you, when somebody see me as a regular housekeeper and they see my dedication, not calling off, doing the extra when somebody called off, came in when they needed me, going over and beyond, just being who I normally am. When they see me being who I am normally, they saw something in me. I did not think I was going to be a housekeeping supervisor. I don't take that lightly. And so when the lady told me, you know, she wanted, because she had left my other facility and she went to another facility, and I got a call 2 weeks later. I'm a housekeeper now. I got a call 2 weeks later, and they said, I want to say her name, want you to call her. I'm like, she want me to call her? And so I called, and she said, hey, Kathy, this so-and-so. How would you feel about coming over here where I am and being a housekeeping supervisor? And you know me, when I hear the word supervisor, that means I'm going to be over all these people, over a whole building. Do I want that stress? That was my thing. What am I? What do a supervisor really consist of? And so I told her, let me think about it. I said, let me think about it and I get back to you. And so she said, all right, take a week and, you know, just let me know because we need a supervisor. And the first person I thought about was you. And I was like, even though I'm a housekeeper, you thinking about me coming where you at to a big 2-store in a memory care, assisted living, me, the housekeeper? And so, you know, I sat back and I was like, okay, Kathy, you don't know what this consists of, but what are you going to do? You have to make a decision in a week, or she's going to hire someone else. And so after a couple of days, I called her back and, you know, I say, I thought about it and I want to consider it. And she said, well, just come and we have an interview, and I'm going to interview you by myself since I know you. So she was telling me everything I had to do, what it requires of, doing all the schedules, ordering all the supplies, how every piece of housekeeping supplies, um, if I have to do a write-up, if I have to hire and fire, I definitely have to hire, just everything that it consists of. And I was like, I think I can do that. I think I can do it. So I accept the job, y'all. I accept the job. Went to my other place and told them, because I was there for a while, I told them I was going to, get promoted and go somewhere else. So they didn't want me to leave, but they was happy for me. They didn't want me to leave, but they were so, so happy for me. When I tell you, when I came back the day I left, before I left, when I tell you, I'll never forget. They had me to come in this private room, a big office where they have the big meetings, the corporate meetings. And when I opened that door and I seen everybody in there, all that food, gifts, I was so overwhelmed. I knew that these people really did appreciate me, even though I left. It shows that they really, because no, they'll be like, well, she leaving, let her leave. I was only a housekeeper. But what they did for me before I left, I could not believe it. When I opened that door, I didn't cry, but I was almost in tears, you guys. I was like, looking like, all this for me? Not like I shouldn't have been, how to say it? Not like that was not supposed to happen to me, but I just felt so, so special just to be leaving and they doing that. Normally people don't do that for just a housekeeper who's leaving. It's like, okay, 2 weeks, I'm here, okay, bye. But before they did that, honey, they had me a big party, gifts, gift cards, food. It just was amazing. But guess what, guys? Guess what? When I left, I was on housing. Okay? I was on food stamps. I was getting child care before and after program for my child. When I reported the increase to Section 8, to the food stamps, after I did everything, reported my new income, baby, honey, when I got home from work one day, I opened up my mail, honey. I opened up that mail, baby. No more housing. No more food stamps. No more daycare, honey. I was about to have a heart attack. I was about to have a heart attack. I was like, I picked up, when I'm telling you, that next day, I picked up that phone so fast. And I'm like, why are you cutting me off of food stamp, housing, and daycare? When you got the increase and you went above this and above that, I said, but my rent is going to increase. Daycare is, I have to pay now, and I got to pay for food. So what's going on? Well, ma'am, you make this amount of money now, and so, you over the limit. Man, so that's why I said I went from being thankful to being terrified, because I've been on the system, but even though I've been on the system, I always worked. I always had a job. I always had a full-time job. If you have a full-time job, if you still qualify and it's below a certain amount, you still can get housing and you still can get food stamps and you still can get daycare. And so I qualified all that in my apartment, you guys. If I was to take a picture, and I probably do it, if I was to take a picture of the house, the apartments that I lived in, it was gated. It had 2 pools. We had washer and dryer. we had the gate where you literally had to put your code in. We had the parking thing in the back of our car. It was, you would not think it was a housing. But it's people who wasn't on housing, they still can live in there. And the people who was on Section 8, whatever, they go by your income. And so nobody never know that those beautiful apartments was Section 8. So they just told me it is what it is. So I took a deep breath. Man, I almost went into a depression. I ain't even for the front. I was, man, my rent was like $400, whatever, $400, $500. Was getting about a couple of, because I had my two boys. My daughter had already moved out. So I had my two boys there. So I was getting food stamps. Quincy was able to get daycare, childcare before and after program, because when he got out of school and went to school, I had to go to work. And so in order for him not to have to walk to school by himself, I was doing before and after school program, and they was paying for it. Boy, when they showed me the increase of my rent, I was like, oh my God, did I make the right decision? I mean, I got promoted, and then I feel like I got demoted. I ain't even for the front, y'all. I'm not getting ready. Man, I felt some type of way. Because it seemed like, yo, I'm trying to better myself, and y'all going to take everything that y'all helping me with. And so now I'm going to be tight on bills. Yeah, I'm making extra money, but now the extra money got to go to extra rent, extra food, extra daycare. So the extra money I made went to bills. And when I was on housing, at least I had money left. So a wise person came to me. A wise person. I talked to somebody. I was mad, y'all. I was mad. I was talking to people. I was like, man, I should have never got off of, I should have never took this job. Man, I wish I would have kept my housing. Man, they took me off of everything. And now I got to just pay all this stuff all by myself. Nobody ain't helping me. I was pissed. Y'all just don't understand how pissed I was. Because the lady, she came to me, a wise lady. I can't remember her name. A wise lady had talked to me. She said, baby, let me tell you like this. The welfare is only there to keep you down. They make it easy just to keep you down. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle, baby, but you're going to be okay. It's going to be a struggle, but you're going to be okay. And so I'm listening, still kind of mad, but, you know, as I kept talking to people, 'cause I was mad for a while, y'all. I ain't finna lie. Yes, I made good money, but guess what? I had good rent, too. They jacked that rent up a couple of $1,000s, okay? They jacked that daycare up. I had to pay daycare fee, okay? I had to pay for all my food, okay? So I wasn't a happy camper, because, listen, the extra money I made is going to all this stuff. And so I still was kind of upset, you know, and I was happy. I was happy being a housekeeping supervisor. Don't get me wrong. I was happy for that promotion. Don't get me wrong. But the fight, how they did it, man, these people didn't say 2 months, 3 months. Man, when that next month, it wasn't no housing. I stayed in my same place, you know, because like I said, it went by your income. So I stayed in my same place, but the rent was up. Food. When I tell you, when I went to that grocery store, woo, and had to spend all this cash. Normally, when I get food stamp, after I spend all the food stamps, I used to end up spending money until my next month food stamps came on the car or whatever. But to start off, cash. Boy, y'all think it's a joke, man. If anybody had this experience like me, please let me know. Let me know. But it wasn't nothing nice, man. Them people weren't nothing. They was not nice, man. Them people, man, on Section 8 Section 8 housing, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you go above whatever, I don't know how much it is now, but when you hit a certain limit, then people will cut you off in a heartbeat. That's where you got millionaire status. Ain't no millionaire status. I only make Yeah, I did increase bi-weekly my income. Yes, I did. But y'all got to realize, y'all having me pay all this rent now. So the extra money I did make is going on all this rent. It's going on all this daycare and all this food and gas. Man, y'all, who understand me? If y'all was on the system. If y'all wasn't on this in the system, like I said, I worked pretty much all my life. Whether I was on housing, food stamps, I still always had a full-time job. My Social Security paper they give you every year, they'll see it every year. Money, every year, money, every year, money, every year, money. I worked. I was not that type of just chill and don't do nothing. I worked my butt off. But yeah, so that's how my experience was, y'all. So 8 years later, being off of welfare, I made it through. Sometimes the struggle is hard. I ain't fit it front. I'm not fit up front. I'm not going to front, y'all. The struggle in the beginning, in the middle, it got rough. It got rough. I'm telling you, it got rough. Because sometimes when my car had broke down, that set me back. I ain't even for the front. I ain't had no car payments then. But when that car broke down and I had to pay to get it fixed, that joker came out of some rent. So when I had to start going to, what is called? Scott to get a loan, I regret it again. I said, darn it, if I would have been on Section 8, I wouldn't have had these problems. Because on Section 8, if you lose your job, boom, they're going to pay your rent. You know, it is what it is. They're going to drop that joker down. Okay, she only made this much, so she only paid $100, $200, you know. But after the 8 years, it's been 8 years since I started this job, and thankfully, I have to say, I don't regret it anymore. Then I did, because I was used to what I was used to. You know, I was used to what I was used to. And like I said, it was a habit. It was easy to be on the system. And to get off of it, I was thankful. But what I had to do to provide for my children and all the money it took to be off the system, it had me feeling some type of way. But as years went on and I kept seeing the growth every year when I filed my taxes, how much money I made that year. So I said, okay, Kathy, this money going to end up being beneficial to you for working when you get older. And so I had to look at it long term. The more money I made, it's going to be better for me and my future. And so, you know, guys, that's my story on that. I am, you know, happy, you know, that I'm doing what I need to do for my future, to get enough money to take care of myself when I get my Social Security. You know, I'm thankful about that. So I don't know if anybody had to face that shock when they got off of Section 8, got promoted and had to deal with this experience of that shock factor that you got to start paying everything cash. I don't know if y'all had to go through that. If y'all did and y'all got through it easy, more power to you. But I ain't take it lightly, y'all. I ain't even for the front. I'm not for the front. But like I said, it's 8 years later, and I'm still at the same place. I'm blessed to be at the same place. I've been here longer than I've been at any of my jobs. All my jobs, I mainly stayed at every job. At my application profiles, I stayed there 5 years. At Publix, I stayed there 5 years. So a lot of places I stayed too. I actually was a housekeeper at St. Anthony's Hospital, y'all. I was there for a while, and then I got promoted, and I was a store tech. And the store tech is when you work with everything in the hospital, everything that they need, from needles to gloves to the breathing machine things. Everything is in the hospital. So I was a store tech 1. And so that when you're a store tech 1, they bring in what the doctors need. Whatever they need for that patient room to do an operation, I had there's some numbers that you had to look at. So I had to go in that big store and I had to get everything and put it on a cart and take it to a room or either take it to the ER. So I was doing that for a while. And so when the guy quit, then they made me a store tech too, and that's when I had to enter the stuff in the computer and do all that little stuff like that. So I was there until I went into when I went on maternity leave, and I had never came back. That's when I stayed home like for a year with my son. And when my other job, it was doing something else, but I had left that alone. But I love that job. I ain't even for the front. But y'all, that was my story about coming off of Section 8 and 8 years later, still off of Section 8 housing food stamp. But with that being said, y'all got some food stamp for your girl. But no, I'm just playing. So you guys, thanks again for subscribing. I truly appreciate you guys. And for those who are on Section 8, it's nothing wrong with it if you need to be on there. If you need to be on there, it's a lot of working people that's on Section 8. A lot of people who I know still getting food stamps. So if you're doing something with yourself and you're trying to better yourself, or if you just working and just not making enough and you getting your housing and your food stamps, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. So, ain't no shame because people need what they need. They need what they need. When I was on it, it wasn't no shame to me because it was like, hey, I'm working full time. I got me a car. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm not just on it just to be on it. I wasn't making enough. So, hey, if I qualified, I qualified. So I ain't hating on nobody who qualified for being on welfare and food stamps. I ain't putting nobody down. I was telling y'all my experience of getting off a food stamp, what I had to go through and how was feeling some type of way. So with that being said, everybody, I love you. Thank you so much. I really do. Thank you all. Continue to support my channel. And for those who know people who have not subscribed to my channel, talk to them about me. Tell them to come and subscribe. I really appreciate y'all. With that being said, one love. Mwah. Peace.